Hi, Jelly here with another nail polish video. Today I am reviewing Orly's Hopeless Romantic collection. My husband got me the annual Colorpass subscription for my birthday this year, which means I'm going to receive the 4 collection boxes prior to their public release. I have the 6 polishes to review from their spring 2023 collection. Underneath all my manicures, I am using the Orly Butter Base with just 1 coat, and with my nails prepped, let's go ahead and get started. First up is Written in the Stars, which is an icy blue shimmer that catches the light. This one is as sparkly as it looks in the video, if not more sparkly in person. Like, it is intense. It is packed with that sparkle pigment, even in that first coat, with application being on the sheerer side. That sparkle just comes through. It is in your face. It will rule your life. When I had to clean up, that sparkle ended up getting a little bit everywhere, but that might just be user error because I did rush the cleanup as well. The polish does end up giving, I would say, perfect opacity within 2 coats. If you have a spot on your nail like I did, you might want to go in for the 3rd coat like I do for my swatches, just to make sure that everything is fully hidden, or you might need it for longer nails. But I personally found that 2 coats was absolutely perfect, though if you want a more intense color or you're seeing a couple black spots, those 3 coats would be perfect. And there's Written in the Stars in 1, 2, and 3 coats. Up next is Serendipity, which is an iridescent shimmer that has a blue look. It also has a really intense purple in it at certain angles, as well as more of a lighter blue. This one is also just as shiny as Written in the Stars, but I do feel because it has the darker blue base that it ends up taking away a little bit from that shimmer, making it a little bit more manageable to look at. I personally find that you could wear this one over a similar color and have a really gorgeous top coat to go with it, or use this as a topper as well. My application on this one wasn't the best, and you can definitely see it in that 2nd coat on the middle finger, that there was a little bit of dark spots closer to the cuticle area, but I still thought that it was such a gorgeous color. This one, if you have a more intense spot, because it is a shimmer, you will want that 3rd coat to maximize opacity. It also will help maximize color deftness as well. And there is 1, 2, and 3 coats of Serendipity. Up next, we have Opposites Attract, which is described as a stunning purple with a surprising blue shimmer. When I first saw this polish come out, I saw a lot of people asking how similar it was to Kayla Marissa's Solar Flare, which was one of her Orly collab colors. I have comparisons at the end of this video, but it is definitely different. While they are both purple with blue shimmers, they are starkly different when it comes to how they look. So this polish also gave really good opacity in that 1st coat. I would personally wear this one in 2 coats just because I prefer how 2 coats feel and look. Though if you were looking for a more sheer look, that 1st coat is such a great option. As you can see, that blue shimmer does come out more intensely in that 2nd coat, which I really appreciate. And then with that spot on my line, that white spot on my nail, you can see that that 2nd coat basically covers it up. You cannot see it after that, which I really do appreciate. I'm still growing that spot out. I do not think that a 3rd coat is necessary, as you will see in a second, unless you prefer wearing 3 coats. But if you do have much longer nails, that 3rd coat might be necessary if you're not careful with your application, which is something that you should be aware of. And side by side, I have Kelly Solar Flare and Opposites Attract. As you can see, one is a lot more dustier than the other, and the other one is a lot more saturated. They are very different side by side. The remaining of the polishes in this collection are all creams. This first one is Meet Cute, which is described as a light pink cream. I love the opacity on all of these creams in 2 coats. Even in 1 coat, if your application is careful enough and you have short nails like I do, you could probably get away with 1. I am still learning how to fully put on Orly creams. They do have a more liquidy formula in my opinion, so it can be a little bit easier to flood your cuticle, but it can also be really easy to not have enough polish on your brush, which I did struggle with a couple times. For this pink one, I would definitely wear this one in 2 coats. I feel that gives me perfect opacity, perfect color payout. Doesn't feel too thick or too thin with that second coat. And as you can see, it fully covers that white spot on my nails. I don't think you would need a 3rd coat unless you have really long nails, which you can see that it doesn't really make a difference, at least on my nail length, to have that 3rd coat. But it's still a gorgeous polish after all, a classic light pink shade. And there are 1, 2, and 3 coats of Meet Cute. The next cream is Check Yes or No, which the website describes as a medium purple cream. I know in my video it leans a little bit more of a cooler tone pink, but in person it does lean a little bit more on the purple side, and in my photos it will also lean a little bit more on the purple side. This was another polish that had a great formula that you could get away with 1 coat if you were careful enough, or if you don't mind a slightly visible nail line, especially on those shorter nails. But like with all of the other cream polishes, this one can be a little bit easy to flood your cuticle if you are not careful. Again, I don't know what it is, but when I'm applying polish, I either have too much on my brush or too little on my brush, and I'm trying to get comfortable with having a little bit too much because I can always wipe my bottle off with whatever is left and then it's too thick, and or I don't mind it being a little bit thicker, especially with summer coming up, but I also want to get it the minimum thickness that's needed to help prevent bubbling during the summer when it gets more of a problem for me, just because Arizona is really hot and we do see 3-digit temperatures. And as you can see, like with the last polish, this one does not really need that 3rd coat, but you might want it if you have much longer nails or you're not very careful with your application. And there are 1, 2, and 3 coats of Check Yes or No. Last but certainly not least in the collection is Oh Darling, which the website describes as a raspberry red cream. This one was such a nice formula to work with, so easy to work with. Look at that color payout on that 1st coat. Janixa from Nail Lacquer Therapy always talks about that these bigger brands should have 1 coat reds, and I understand what she means by 1 coat reds from bigger brands. This was such a treat to work with. As you can see, I had gotten better a hang of application by the time I got to this polish, and that 1st coat fully covered that spot on my nail line. You might be able to see a little bit in the video, but it's not noticeable at all. Then with those 2nd and 3rd coats, you should only need that 2nd coat only to help fix any imperfections, any spots where the paint ended up being a little bit thinner on your nails. But if you're really careful, you could probably get away with that 1 coat as well. And like with the other 2 creams in this collection, you will not need that 3rd coat, but to keep with the consistency on how I do my swatches here, I did do that 3rd coat. had a little bit too much on my brush, had to go back and wipe it off, but then afterwards I had just the right of melt, and there is 1, 2, and 3 coats of Oh Darling. And here is the whole Hopeless Romantic collection together. Honestly, I just love the color story of this collection. I love that they have those really sparkly colors on top, as well as a dusty version of Kelly's Galaxy. I do also love the 3 creams that they have. When they're all side by side, you can definitely tell check yes or no is definitely more on the purple side. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. It lets me know you want to see more videos like this. If you don't want to miss another video, please hit the subscribe button. I'm working on being more consistent. It will be a little bit easier once I am on summer break, though I did apply to teach summer school, so we'll see. And again, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments which was your favorite polish from this collection, which one you didn't like if you had one that you didn't like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!